Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2016 Atlantic Challenge Cup here in Chicago. What an interesting lineup tonight. 3 singles matches. And USA trailing 4-1. They're going to need some extra help from you guys and girls. And so here we go with the teams. Would you please give a big hand for Team Europe and the captain, Thomas Simonis. Diana Kojeva. Christina Tkach. Maxim Duramek. Vitali Patsura. Andreas Madsen. And Christian Cwikla. Now we come to the hosts and Team USA. Would you please give a big hand for the captain, Mr. Earl Munson. April Larson. Serena Black. Chris Robinson. Ricky Evans. Ryan Ponton. Shane Wolford. Sierra Reams. Emily Herfeld. Tyler Howell. Zach Gorganos. I'll get it next time. I'd like to also present the referees. One hiding behind the back scorekeeper, Mr. Rick Donner. And on the floor for the first match this evening, Mr. Ricky Bryant. And so, Team Europe, Thomas, a 4-1 lead. Did you have your feet up this afternoon, or what you've been doing? Practicing hard?
No, I think we have been doing the same we do all the time, just playing our game.
All right, so nothing special today because 4-1 lead, no relaxing, still keep the heat on?
Yes.
Still keep the heat on. So you're going to go for it today?
Of course.
All right. Earl, 4-1 down. You must have had a good pep talk with your kids because they all look a lot brighter now. What's happened there? You pumped them up a little bit?
We fed them lunch and they're full. But now we've been in this situation last year before, and we're mentally prepared. The players play, practice, but we're ready.
They look a lot happier now. So
yeah, they are. Like I said, they're well fed, and I think they were hungry, tired. They're got sleep today or yesterday and last night, so we're ready.
You're ready.
Plus the coaches. We got great coaches, Allison Fisher and Johnny and Jeanette and Nick Varner. So they gave them pep talk, and we worked with some stuff that we need to work on. We're ready.
All right, good. So ready to rumble?
Yeah, we're ready. Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, the first singles matchup we have Christian Cwikla against Chris Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, please. And now it's over to the commentary box with Jerry Forsyth and Mike Howerton.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2016 Atlantic Challenge Cup. This is a co-production of the Billiard Congress of America and the European Pocket Billiard Federation. There's the lineup for tonight. We're starting out with Christian Cwikla versus Chris Robinson. Then we go to Vitali Patsura versus Sean Wilford. Diane Kojeva versus Chris Larson. April Larson, sorry.
Sorry.
So we've got some great matches, and this is the first time that our players have had an opportunity to play singles and get in their regular rhythm. So we'll see what happens. I'm Jerry Forsyth, sitting alongside Mike Howerton. And Mike, America got to make something happen here.
Well, I'm dead. I got nothing. Go tell them. Check. There we go.
Okay, Mike's
Sorry
got a
about that.
microphone now. Welcome to the welcome to the broadcast, Mike.
Wow. For Team America, this is the young man to do it. Chris Robinson showed yesterday that this kind of pressure wasn't getting to him.
Yep.
He might have tried to do a little bit too much in the Scotch match that he had early this afternoon. Sorry, morning for me.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a good match. These two young men played each other yesterday. They played one game. Cwikla won that game. At the time, America was up, I want to say 3-1, and Cwikla kind of turned the tide back to Team Europe. This is going to be an interesting match, and I'm thinking both teams are probably relieved to be into the singles now.
Oh, yeah.
They're past the Scotch. Scotch is not easy.
No, it's much more difficult when you're playing position for someone else.
So I think, Chris looks relaxed. Cwikla has looked relaxed since the first time we saw him. He doesn't look worried at all.
He is quite composed.
I'm looking forward to this match. And I'm looking forward to seeing both players show us why they're here.
Right.
You can't really show your best game playing Scotch, but this is what they're here for.
Well, Cwikla won the lag, so he'll be taking the diamond apart for us first. And we have been having a little difficulty this week with the legal break. It's a tough requirement. You have to drive 3 balls past the head string, and a ball pocketed counts as a ball past the head string.
I don't see these gentlemen having any problem with that.
Neither of these guys could have too much problem. But, you never know how those balls are going to collide.
A number of times in the last match with the ladies, they were going for the one in the side, and the one was catching the back edge of the side pocket and coming back in.
It was going long. It might take something off their break to solve that.
One ball in the center of the side pocket.
Not much of a shot on the 2. In fact, he may not be able to see that ball.
I think that was an illegal break.
Oh.
No, maybe he made 2 balls, did he? I only saw 1 ball get past the head string.
Well, as soon as Ricky finishes taking the rack off, we can count the balls.
He made 2.
Yep. Starting off with a problem.
Are you kicking or are you pushing?
Kicking. Kicking safe. As long as he can get past that 3, and I think he has the room to do that.
And Cwikla has the advantage of the 60-second shot clock right after the break.
Yeah, of course, if you like a bank shot, it's not bad to push out to a bank shot.
We haven't seen the players playing a lot of bank shots. Which, from you and I watching a large amount of pro matches, you don't see the pros play a lot of bank shots. They can if they need to.
Yeah.
Here's your bank shot.
This can be a 2-way. Oh, he just played safe all the way.
He didn't get there.
No, he didn't. He left an alley and a shot. And there's a path to the 3 ball. So the first opportunity goes to Cwikla. There's one of our fans.
He's not going to like it.
No, he's not. All right, Chris Robinson now with ball in hand. I wonder if the shot clock got in Christian's ear.
This is a golden opportunity for Robinson.
It sure is.
6 to the 7 seems to be the major problem here.
We are using a 35-second shot clock, which you can see on the scoreboard when we're in the overhead shot. It also shows you the current score. By the way, if I can interject, that scoreboard and shot clock is provided to us by a gentleman named Carlos Durana. It's an Android app, and you can find it. It's listed as the Pool Scoreboard Pro, and it's like $2. So if you need a nice scoreboard and time clock set up, go to the App Store.
Well,
There's Allison Fisher.
Hit that shot with confidence to come around into that window. Looks like he got right where he needed to be.
Nicely done.
Mr. Cwikla does not look amused.
No, he doesn't. He does have great focus. Oh, used the left door, but he got in. And Chris Robinson takes the first mark on our board. It's a race to 6. 1-0 Team USA.
We saw Allison in the stands. Now, she's not the only pool dignitary here watching this event.
Got quite a few. Mr. Nick Varner, the legendary Nick Varner. Johnny Archer is here. Tom Rossman is here. Who else have you seen today? Anybody else today?
There was a Black Widow here, too.
Oh, that's right, and it's her birthday.
Is it really? 21 now?
Yeah, I think she is 21.
Wow. So we just missed the window to have her play in this event.
Right, yeah. Yeah, last year was really critical because she was only 1 year out of it.
Well, we know for a fact that Jeanette did a lot with these kids.
Oh, yeah. They all went down to her training camp in Florida. And that's where all the pros met up and gave all the tips they could.
Score 1-0 USA. USA breaking second rack.
Well, he was not trying to squirt the one ball into the side pocket. He was just trying to slam them. And nothing found gravity.
It's interesting that he went away from that one in the side cut break that we've seen them using since match 1.
Yeah, but you know that cut break's been a cause of a lot of these illegal breaks because you're not throwing all the force into the head ball. And the balls tend to move toward the side of the table rather than exploding out of the diamond.
Cwikla took that shot awfully quick. He had more time to study the table, but if you find a shot you're happy with.
Yeah, well, he likes a nice quick rhythm. Well, he's left a gap. I don't know if he's left enough for a cut shot or not. Yeah, it's there.
You think you can take that shot on? I think I'm going with defense here and seeing if Chris can kick out of a nice safety.
He does have a lot to hide behind. And he hasn't looked at his shape on the 2-ball. But, boy, that looks like a thin cut he's aiming up. Extension.
Extension used.
25 seconds added to the 35-second shot clock. When the player calls for extension, he gets 1 per rack. Slice that ball in like it had eyes.
He could have gotten a lot better on that 2 ball.
He could have. He's got to play short side shape on the 3. But in pool, you've got to adapt. It's hard to get through a rack without getting out of line. Ooh, that's costly.
He could have sold out a lot easier shot than that, though.
Yeah. But the way the wall of balls is set up, he might be able to kick into another safe. We could have quite an exchange of safeties here, unless someone grabs a roll. There's a roll.
He might have just made the 2.
There's a roll.
Do you see any reward for going after this 3 ball?
No. Bank it down table. Try not to make it. Leave the cue ball. Oh, he's going to cut it into the 3 and go around table for shape on the 4. Oh, young minds are so marvelous.
He's got to come up short of that 6 ball. If he does, well, if he draws it back, it's a tougher shot.
Playing with the sure arm now.
Cwikla may not like Chris playing like this.
This would be a nice inspiration for the other USA players. Of course, we're awfully early in the match. Strange things have happened before.
How big would a dominating win be here for Team USA?
Huge.
I
Say
think
pool is 90% mental, and what a lift that would give.
I think Mr. Cwikla sees the handwriting on the wall this rack.
Well, this would put Robinson a third of the way home.
Extension used.
Pool is so much a solitary singles game.
Oh, yes.
It's just not meant to be played me shooting shape for you and vice versa.
Yeah, this way you really get to stay in your rhythm. You can stay a lot more comfortable. Chris Robinson now takes USA out to a 2-0 lead in our race to 6. Well, this break shot's going to be huge.
I bet the one goes inside.
It seems to have made a habit of that.
Well, and now let's see how Cwikla answers the call. You know, it's easy to come into a match with your team ahead 4-1 and think, this is going to be easy.
Yeah.
He doesn't think it's going to be easy anymore. Although his teammates in the background don't seem too concerned.
No, they're all smiles on that side of the room. That is a comfortable lead in a race to 11.
Well, they know worst case scenario they're going to bed tonight tied.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Letting them inspect the rack.
I don't mind him expecting the rack, but it looked like he was moving balls.
Oh, there's Dennis Hatch out
Wow.
visiting with us. The Hatchet Man. Glad to have you here, Dennis.
Now you want somebody with a break.
Oh, boy.
I'll bet he wouldn't worry about that 3 balls past the head string rule.
No. He can really slam them apart.
And he can run a rack and make it look like just the
Nothing.
easiest thing ever.
Cwikla looks like he's going for the cut break again. And the one ball came up short, but another ball dropped. I heard it.
He needs that 8 to go in, and it did.
So he made 2 balls on the break. The 6 and the 8 ball are gone. That's all the angle he needs to come out the middle table. He can take the 3 in either the side or the corner. He'll be using the corner.
Well, now he's going to want as little movement from his cue ball as possible.
No, I believe the 4 ball is the one down on the foot rail. Could be wrong. Yeah.
Well, you could just come back this way. He's overcut or overdrawn this ball.
Yeah, he amped that one up.
Now, a lot of the pros that are here are going to stay here in town for the BCA trade show afterwards.
Sure. That begins next Wednesday here at the Renaissance. Nicely stroked. Going to have to travel up and down the table again to come back for the 7.
Yeah. All the trouble in this rack has been navigated.
Ooh, he didn't want to be on the rail with that long shot.
No, he doesn't.
And, can't tell how much angle he has. He just needs a little to be able to go down to the head rail and come back up.
Well, we're going to see a stroke here. Big pocket. He's overstroked it.
50-yard line. He can take it in the side or the corner, but they're both tough.
He hasn't used his timeout, so
That is the most frustrating position to put yourself in.
Extension used.
he knows how important this ball is.
Oh, yeah. He didn't want to be down 3-0.
Even as early in the match as this is, 3-0 could be insurmountable.
Yep.
The way Chris has been hitting him the last couple racks.
Yeah, Chris isn't going to give him any breathing room, that's for sure. Wow. Nice way to regain your composure. Stop blaming yourself and start making the shot. 2-1. Closer and closer he creeps. Again, we'd like to thank many of the sponsors: McDermott, Master Chalk, Aramith, Connelly, Billiards, Simonis, Imperial International, Peach Hour Cues, Viking Cues, McDermott Cues, Predator Cues, Lucasi Cues, Everybody got on board with this one. I want to thank Matchroom Sport for their contribution to this, and Atlas Billiard Supply.
Score 0-1, USA 2, USA breaking. Again, he's not going for the cut break.
Nope, just going to slam it. Oh, and he scratched. Table sets up strangely with everything past the side pockets. So he's really hitting them. But when you lose control of Whitey, you have to pay a big penalty. He's lucky the balls kind of got all close together. That makes the path tighter and tougher. But darn, I don't see anything doesn't have a hole waiting for it, do you?
No, I don't. He could even just stop this one ball.
Yep.
I would have stopped the one ball there.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that. He just made this rack quite a bit tougher.
Hit that no. Hit that ball real nice.
He got right back in line. Very nicely done.
This is looking like we're going to be 2-2 here in a hurry.
Yeah, Cwikla's on a mission. Oh, boy. He may have hurried that shot a little too much. At the same time, getting shape on the 5-ball with your cue ball sitting on the rail and cueing over the pocket, there are easier tasks to complete.
Can he see enough of this 4-ball? He must be able to.
Settling for a long shot on the 5-ball, and again, he's only got half a cue ball to work with. Of course, the 6-ball over the pocket is a big help.
Yeah, it's a much tougher shot into the side pocket, but he leaves himself a much bigger area that he can land in to have shape on the 6. If he goes for the 5 in the corner, which it looks like he's going to do, I mean, as long as he follows it, I don't think he's going to have a problem.
It's a bit straight on this 6. But he thinks he has the angle to draw out to where he just put his Q-tip on the table.
I think he's going to follow.
Wow, he does have more angle than I thought. Oh, plenty.
He used all of that pocket, too.
Oh, yeah.
Little one-pocket finish here.
Apparently so. Out. Ooh.
Or not.
An ugly brush.
Oh, you know, we talked about bank shots. You banking this or cutting this?
Well, as much as I hate banks, I would, you know what, I might be tempted to drive that 9-ball down to the middle of this foot rail and put the cue ball up on the top rail and say go for it. Because if you miss this shot, you are selling out if you try to cut it or bank it. But these guys have more courage than I do, so he's going to cut it.
Nope.
Like I said, if you miss it, you sell out.
Yeah. This is going to be huge. Had he already used his extension there?
Boy, Mike, I'm not sure. Just was informed by a director that he had not, so he could have taken more time on that shot. Now he finds himself tied at 2 with Cwikla on a roll.
And breaking.
And breaking. We at AZ Billiards would like to take the opportunity to thank heartily the Billiard Congress of America and the European Pocket Billiard Federation for organizing this. It's a lot of work to put this event together, and they've done an excellent job. Special thanks go out to David Morris of the EPBF and Skip Nemechek of the BCA. So do you think, Mike, that Robinson's trying a little bit too hard here?
I think he's trying to win. He's trying to be the spark that gets his team on the right track.
Yeah.
But you can try too hard.
Well, you have to admire his goals.
You know, one player is not going to win or lose this event.
No. That's the hardest part of a team event is learning to become part of a team. That's an illegal break.
No? Oh.
Yeah. It's an illegal break.
Ooh. Because that 2 just lined up real nice.
Yes, it did. And the 3 behind it. Wow. Only challenge is going from the 3 to the 4. And that's because there's some balls that could interfere. But there's a path around them as well.
Yeah, I'm wanting to shoot this 2 in the corner and stun the cue ball over to the rail. I'm not wanting any follow on my cue ball here.
Yeah. Just like that.
You're right. This is the shot of the rack.
Yeah, if he lands well on that 5.
And he should be able to come right back out the same road he went in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, he's going to like this. Oh, yeah. This is a road map.
Going to want to be almost straight on the 6.
Yeah. Just gave him enough to bump off the rail, keep the cue ball from hiding on the rag.
This is exactly what the doctor ordered for young Mr. Robinson.
Yes. If he can keep his focus, a lot of pressure out there. A little more angle than he probably wanted, but now he can just come out to center table and play the 8 in the corner.
Extension used.
Who was it who did the instructional video that focused on always bringing your cue ball back to the center of the table? Keniston?
Boy, I don't remember.
Or Kinister?
I think he has a drill where you do that because it's a great drill to bring that cue ball back to the center.
He thought he missed that ball, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Now just a little low English. Pull the cue ball over to the other side of the table, and the 9 ball will follow the 8 into the same pocket. Robinson gets a little life back. He's now leading our race to 6, 3 games to 2.
He'll be opening up this rack.
I wonder if he'll change his break because it has not worked yet.
We are back. Doesn't look like we've missed anything.
No, it's the same table. So, how does he solve the break puzzle?
Score 3-2, US leading.
I wonder if he'll come out to that second diamond. Yep. Cut, break, and store. Or at least hitting the rack solid from a different angle. Legal break. And the balls are falling. Got a nice shot on the one. 2 balls in the middle of the table. Hard to ask for more.
Does the 2 clear the 7?
No, but it's got 5 other pockets he can choose.
I think he's got to aim for shape on the side.
Right.
And accept it if he overhits it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's not where he wanted to be.
Now he's got no pocket.
Boy, he looks like he wants to take that combo on.
I really thought he was going to come down the other side of the table, but it always looks different when you're at the table than when you're staring at a monitor. Playing the 3-rail safe. And I don't know if he got enough of the block, but the 4-ball covers part of that pocket.
He's going to win airborne.
Extension used.
Yeah, but what's his goal? Got to be looking for a place to hide. But the 6-ball takes away the easy bank back up to this end of the table.
And he's running out of time.
Oh,
how about that?
Just bank it long rail. Can't take that shot away from him.
5-ball looks like it goes.
Yeah. Unless the wheels fall off, it'll be 3-3. Ooh, that came off deader than he'd planned.
Yeah, it did.
The ball seemed to die on the rail.
Well, he hit it at a funny angle into the rail.
Yeah, he did.
You know, I understand the concept of hitting the ball with good pace, but it was almost like he hit that too hard.
They sure finished it off nicely. We are tied at 3. It's a race to 6.
Neither one of these gentlemen look like they're willing to give it to their opponent.
No. Okay, Cwikla is taking a timeout. So if our director would like to go to commercial, please feel free. Otherwise, we'll just chat you up.
Oh my God.
There you take a look at the lineup tonight. Right now we're watching Cwikla versus Robinson. Coming up next, Patsura and Wolford, followed by Kojeva and Larson.
Did you see those Predator cues that were advertised there when we were off?
Yeah, the Maestro.
Those are pretty cues.
Yeah, they are.
I think this Predator company might have legs.
Yeah, they might stay around for a little while. I haven't seen that cue in person. This is the first I've seen of it. 3-3s, Cwikla to break.
I don't think I could pick a favorite right now.
Nope. Obviously at 3-3, they're fairly evenly matched.
A little bit of nerves there from Mr. Cwikla.
I wonder if he's thinking about changing something up. Hit him a little softer that time.
Yeah, and he drew the cue ball straight out of there.
I think that's an illegal break. Sure enough.
That kind of goes against the whole idea of a cut break, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Drawing the cue ball straight out.
USA has option.
I think he was just experimenting, seeing what the table would give him.
I can think of better times to experiment with your break. We're not going to hear your dulcet tones for the rest of the day after this match.
No, unless you're upstairs listening to me snore.
So, how about those Cowboys?
No, I'll be out in the audience enjoying the matches.
We're going to have Upstate Al and Mark Wilson for the next match.
Yep.
And then Upstate Al and I are going to take it home after that. I'm sure not taking on the cut into this corner here.
No way. There's too much to hide behind. This has got to be a safe.
A little surprised that Chris gave it back to him.
I am too.
He's going to use his extension.
Extension used.
Looks like his teammate has a headache back behind him.
Oh. I think this is one of those instances where he has too many options. He's pushing. I'm very surprised because he just pushed to an easier position. But getting shape on the 3, making the 2 in this lower corner, not easy. So you almost think he's going to go defense here.
I don't see a path through those balls to get to the 3 ball.
I don't either.
So can he drive the 2 between the 8 and the long rail and bring the cue ball up to use the 7, 9, 5 as blockers?
That would seem to be the most obvious. Oh, he goes for it. Does he get shape? Oh, of course, with a little rub. I love it.
I didn't shoot shots like that when I was 17.
Nor did I. Nice shot, Mr. Robinson.
Got to follow it up with a good shot here. And he did. No, he did not.
How often do we see the tough shot made and the easy shot missed? It's like you spend too much focus on that hard shot.
He knew it before that 3 ever got to the pocket. He was halfway to his chair.
Oh, yeah. I think as soon as he launched it, he wanted it back.
How many shots have we all had like that?
Oh.
I think there's crickets in the arena. Doesn't look like anything tough here.
No, just pay attention to the task. We are coming to you from the Renaissance Hotel in Schaumburg, Illinois, right outside the windy city of Chicago.
Boy, he's using the outside edge of those pockets.
Got a nice angle here. As he can control that adrenaline, he can draw back to a nice shot. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a little too much. He can still make it work by going across the top of the 9, taking a longer shot on the 8.
He'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's making these things more difficult than they have to be over and over that...
It eventually bites you like this.
Yep. Do you miss it on the pro side?
Yeah, he did. And the 7's frozen, so it has to drive to another rail. Or the cue ball has to go to a rail.
I'm almost
Can't
afraid.
roll up on it.
I'm almost afraid to say he's not going to try to make this ball. Just because.
I know, just because he tries to make everything else.
Extension used.
So if he doesn't try to make the ball, where are you playing safe?
I think you've got to send the 7 ball off the long rail to the right and try and get it up on the head rail. Well, he's going a totally different way, so never mind. He's going to leave the 7 down here by feathering it and sending the cue ball up table. Using the 9 as a blocker. Great shot. Great shot.
He's left that spin behind the ball shot.
Yep. Wants to hit it solid and keep the cue ball right down there where the 7 is now.
Believe they've both used their extensions here. So he doesn't have too much time to measure this.
Yeah, it'd be quite a bonus if that 7 ball goes in the upper left corner. Cue ball will be sitting right down here by the 8.
He's not going to like this.
No, he
one
missed
bit.
that. He missed that shot. Well, everything that Chris could want. Automatic shape on the 8.
I think I could get out from here maybe 1 or 2 times out of 5.
Yeah, well, you do sometimes give yourself too much credit.
Wants to bounce off that rail.
All right, Chris Robinson chalks up another win. He's leading our match 4-3.
What's strange is the majority of these games have been won against the player breaking.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that. So you mentioned we're here at the Renaissance in Schaumburg. The last 2 days we have been joined by a youth dance competition.
Yes, yes.
You know, like the dance moms and the stuff like that you see on TV. I was walking down the corridor yesterday to come down here, and there was a mom and her daughter walking the other way. I didn't catch the entire conversation, but I did catch the mom tell the daughter, "Well, you had a yogurt."
Yeah.
Young Mr. Robinson is ready to go. Let's just get them balls racked.
Score 4-3. USA
Not studying the rack, not doing anything, so you just give me the cue ball.
Cut break that time. One ball goes in the side, but do two balls go past the head string?
Nope.
Illegal break. Option to Europe.
By the option, Christina Cwikla can hand this table back over to Chris Robinson, should he so desire, but I certainly don't see him desiring to do that.
No. I think Mr. Robinson is going to be seeing an awful lot of the 4 ball here when he comes to the table.
Yeah.
He'd sure like to leave the cue ball on the back side of the 4. Oh, no.
Oh, he nicked that 4. He was just trying to slide by it. Now Chris has a full ball to view on the 2. Don't know how much of the pocket over there the 2 ball has. It may have a full pocket. I don't know if the 3 is going to block any of it or not. If he does have a full pocket, that cue ball is going to be hard to control to stay down on that end of the table with that coming all the way back up and down.
Looking for a safety. I'm sure there's one there. Yeah, he's going safe. Unless he's playing the 3. I can't imagine that.
No. Oh, there you go. Well, you know, he says his 2 favorite disciplines in pool are kicking and banking. So he showed a lot of confidence on that shot.
I wouldn't say kicking is my favorite discipline, but I seem to do an awful lot of it when I play.
That's not a problem as long as it's not after your own shot.
We won't discuss that one any further. Seems like he wants to draw this cue ball past straight in on the 4, so his angle is bringing him down table. He looks like he's hitting it with top.
He just stunned it, I believe.
That's a strange angle for the 4 ball to get on the 5.
Well, I think he's looking at the big pocket down here with the 7 in it, because he could even hit the rail first and make that 7. So if he can get near the center of the table, he might be pretty comfortable on that 5, or he can just go safe. Why not?
Easy. He's going to need the 9 ball.
Nope. Oh, it leaked out. I don't think that Cwikla can make the ball in the upper right pocket, but he's got enough ball to work with to make something happen.
He could cut it to the top left.
Well, he's still got a big pocket down here with this 7 ball, too. But then you have to predict the path of the 4, and that could be pretty tough.
He looks like he's cutting to the right.
Extension used.
Well, these youngsters haven't had that much problem with that shot. If he's got that enough ball, why not?
He's going to have to really hit it good to get shape on the 5, though. Boy, that was a surprise. And he's going to leave a shot.
Yep. 7 ball to fall and 4 in the same pocket right afterward.
I haven't seen Cwikla miss a ball by that much in 2 days.
He's left that nicely over the pocket so we can work the cue ball back out. Although, this will be a key shot. He's got to get the right shape on that 5.
Yeah, he's going to have to put the 5 in the top right-hand corner.
Five in the top right. Then followed up with a 6 in the bottom right, or the side, whichever he likes. Bottom right. Ooh. Yeah, but he's on the right side of the ball.
Yeah. Just make the 6. He can draw it to kill the speed so it doesn't even get to the corner pocket. Well, maybe not. Not if he's shooting like this.
Wow, I didn't realize there's that much angle.
Boy, I didn't like that shot.
Ooh. I thought he approached it a little rapidly.
don't think he's used his timeout.
Now he's got a nasty little cut, and he's got to let the cue ball fly. But he's going to come out in line with the position of the shot, so can't take anything from him this rack. He's just a long way away from that 9-ball. We've seen a few of these pressure shots missed.
I thought
Well,
we were going to see another one there.
Yeah, he wiped his feet on the way in, but fell away from the table. That's all that matters.
5-3.
Yeah, Team USA is on the hill now.
Poor Earl Munson over there. Those youngsters, their hearts can handle that shot.
Yeah.
Got his whole team back. Well, no, Shane Wolford's not there, and it looks like there's one other player who might have gone back to get Shane ready for this match coming up.
That Sean Wolford is a big, healthy boy. He can really put some power into that rack.
Yes, he can.
He's got a nice touch around the table, too. Kind of reminds me of the other big guy in the audience, Dennis Hatch. I've always liked the way he can tiptoe around the balls when he needs to.
Boy, when he's on, he's pretty unstoppable.
Oh, he's a machine.
U.S. leading 5-3 on the hill. And Europe is breaking.
Cwikla's going to have to win twice on his break and once on Mr. Robinson's break.
That's a tall order. Got to do that all before Robinson gets one 9-ball to drop away. Two balls are down.
Look out, corner pocket.
Watch out, that cue ball could get kissed right in there. Woof.
Look at that 2-ball spin. Wow.
Yeah. This is ugly. Almost certainly a push out.
The 8-ball's covering up the 2-9 glory shot.
Yeah.
That's an interesting position.
It is. I'm looking for the easiest safe. Wow, trying to bank the 2-ball back up between the gap is asking a lot.
I think that's probably a good play.
That's a good choice.
I always hate giving back a push because you're just afraid that he pushed out to something he knows that you don't.
Right. Oh, a miscue. He must have really been trying to juice that ball up.
There shouldn't be anything stopping Robinson here. Mr. Cwikla should be done for this match.
Plus, it's always a good lift to your spirits when your opponent miscues.
But now he's he came up a little bit shy on this 3-ball. I think he's got to run into the 5.
Can you draw back from it? Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure why he had inside on that, but it worked.
Well, I'm sure he'd rather not be on that rail. If he could be 6 inches out, he'd be a lot more comfortable.
You couldn't afford many more revolutions of that cue ball.
No. 3 balls away from a win. Couldn't ask for better.
We talked before this match got too far along about what a dominating win would mean to Team USA.
Now, twice in the last match, we saw players in this position come up on the 50-yard line on the 9. They got a little shy with their position play, and they came up on the 50-yard line. But he can afford to go 2 rails and give this enough heat to make sure he's not on the 50.
I might even just roll back up an inch and fire this 9 in the side. He's not going to, but, oh, he's got more than enough angle here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, Chris Robinson draws America a little bit closer, gives them some hope. USA now trails by 2, 4-2, but the momentum is on Team USA's side, and we are in the singles matches. So it's all up to the individuals. They like it, and we like it.
We're going to have Vitali Patsura and Shane Wolford coming up, but we won't have it. Upstate Al and Mark Wilson will be here in the booth. And then I will be back in an hour, and Mr. Forsyth is going to go up and call it a night.
Yes, he is. Folks, thanks for being with us for this match. Do stay tuned.